All right, folks, I am here with Johan Oviedo of the Pittsburgh Pirates, young pitcher, and has a very interesting story from Cuba, and now he is here in the major league. So, Johan, great meeting you, my man. So, I think about Cuban ball players, and myself is growing up. One Cuban ball player that really comes to mind for me is El Duque Hernandez. Played with the Yankees, great pitcher. His brother Levon Hernandez also was very good. Won World Series MVP for the Florida Marlins in '97. So, growing up in Cuba, always heard about how great of a baseball country it is. How were you influenced and inspired to play baseball?
I mean, he's definitely, an idol for every Cuban, baseball player ever plays, especially pitchers. It's definitely a big motivator to young guys like me to, keep pitching and chase our dreams.
Right, okay, and in case I did not say it, Johan is a pitcher, a very tall pitcher. How tall are you?
I was only 6'6".
6'6"? Okay. So, at what point in your life, growing up in Cuba, did you start playing baseball?
I was 8, but I was playing with my dad, always at home, earlier. I'm going ages, my dad was taking to the field, so it was super early, I would say.
And so you're very tall. Did you ever play basketball in Cuba?
No, I really liked the volleyball and soccer. That's really the two sports that I always like to play, but never been a huge fan of basketball. Definitely I watch it and I go to the games, but I never, actually play a lot basketball.
Growing up in Cuba, how tough was the competition in the baseball field?
I would say it's a lot of talent definitely in Cuba, but I was just trying to go myself, just trying to go in the game, try to compete. So it was really good job those guys plays the game.
Were there any players who inspired you, whether it be in Cuba or watching Major League Baseball in Cuba?
We didn't have the access to actually watch Major League baseballs. But you always hear new names. There's a lot of great pitchers. So I don't want to mention anybody, but definitely I was trying to learn everything that I can for each pitcher. A lot of there's a lot of talent definitely on the big leagues and definitely Cuba. When I was growing up, I had really good pitchers watching up. So just trying to take everything from everybody. I just love the baseball.
Okay, so let me ask you, growing up in Cuba, how did you end up in the United States? I know you were in Florida, ended up in Florida. So how did you end up in the U.S. and playing baseball?
I get to Dominican and San Luis, and a couple other teams kind of watching me in showcases and tryouts, and so it's a long story how I get to Dominican, but thanks to God that we get there and we made it.
So I know that at first you signed with St. Louis Cardinals, and then they put you in their Dominican Summer League. So just how was it for you, just being from Cuba and being in now a new country, and you're trying to make it on the baseball field? A lot of talent in the Dominican Republic, you know that, and everybody there trying to make it here where you made it. So what was that like?
I would say, it was really tough, especially with my country, and there's a lot of new people that a lot of new. There's a lot. So it's you got to adapt as quickly as you can because it's not what it used to be, but definitely it was a challenge but it was worth it. So I'm really happy to actually be here. But yeah, it was actually fun. It was hard, but actually fun. So I really enjoyed it.
All right, got two more for you. So you ended up going through all that. You go through the Dominican Summer League. You go through the minors here in the U.S. and you're with St. Louis, and then you made your debut with St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your debut with St. Louis. So when you make your debut, that was last year?
That was 2020.
2020, you made your debut in the Major Leagues?
Yeah.
Okay, so in 2020, when you made your debut, getting through that whole minor league grind, what was that feeling like?
Man, you know, I can still describe it. That moment definitely was one of the greatest moments of my life and my career. You know, when I got that call and like, you know, I got the news. It was not a call. You know, they just went to my room and like knocked door. One of our coordinator, pitching coaches, you know, like he was like, yeah, hey, you go to the big leagues. I was, you know, it was like 7 in the morning. I was still sleeping. You know, I got that news. I was, you know, really happy. Definitely drive the whole way to Chicago and you know, met the boys in there. I, you know, met the guys in spring training, like, you know, working out with them. So seeped in again and you know, actually playing in the same field. It was really cool.
You know, okay. You know what? One thing I'm always impressed by is ball players from Spanish-speaking countries. I think about myself. I had to go to another country and learn the language, and having to deal with that media, not knowing the language, how much of a talent that would be. So when I see Spanish-speaking ball players up here, and someone like yourself speaks the language very well, so that to me is very impressive. How tough of a process was that? Because you know, some Spanish ball players we see in whole careers they'll go, what's their interpreter, but you already are speaking the language.
Yeah, I mean, like, I got really good friends that actually helped me out when I was in the minor leagues. Really good coaches that helped me out too, and also my ex relationships. They know, you know, like pretty good English by that time. So it was really good to actually, like, you know, get all that experience and I really, yeah, I definitely got help from a lot of good people. But yeah.
Awesome. My last one for you. All right, so Johan, here in the U.S., it is the 50-year anniversary of hip hop, and this past weekend is being celebrated. And hip hop was born here in New York, not where we're at today in Queens, but in the Bronx. And on Friday night there was a big hip hop concert, some of the best all-time acts. So I'm just curious, in Cuba, how much is hip hop played, and are you a hip hop fan?
Yeah, I definitely am. You know, in Cuba, not a lot of people loved it. I was one of the kinds that I was one of the few that actually listened to it, even if I didn't understand what those songs were saying. You know, I used to like the beat and like how it actually hit. So when I got here and I learned the language, so you know, I got more involved with it. But yeah, definitely it's a ritmo that I would love to play when I'm in like a party, you know, flow with my guys and stuff like that.
So who's some of your favorite artists?
I got Cabo. I mean, definitely. I know Pop Smoke was from here. You know, sadly, you know, he passed away. But I got Lil Baby. I got a couple guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to mention all of them, but definitely I got a couple guys.
Hey, that was great, Johan. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, I know you pitch against the Mets tomorrow, so good luck.
Thank you.
I'll be watching you, buddy. Nice meeting you. All right.
Thank you.
Definitely. We're back.
Thank you, Baba.